me and most of my friends don't trust you guys. We don't trust you. This is why. This is why. The majority of Americans voted for Democrats in Congress and Senate because we wanted out of Iraq right away. You guys failed us. Republicans, you talk about family values and all this stuff, but you got guys tapping their feet in bathrooms. You got guys IMing messages to 16-year-old boys. I mean, why should we trust you? That's why we're not that involved with this, because we don't know who to trust. I mean, we should just start our own party. But the thing is,
let's let the chairman respond. We've laid a lot on them right now.
So it's just kind of, it's just that you guys have separated it into black and white, Democrat and Republican, yin and yang. We're in between, and we're the ones having to pay out the debt. We're the ones going to Iraq, dying. Why should we let you lead us?
Wait. Do I get a chance?
Yes.
First of all, you do understand that anyone in Iraq is a volunteer. We don't have the draft in this country.
Stop loss.
We're volunteering. We're putting our lives on the line for
Please, allow the chairman to complete the sentence.
We have an all-volunteer military force. Anyone there is a volunteer. I honor them. They're the best America has to offer. And they're doing everything they can to protect the homeland. Now, I want to talk about Rudy Giuliani just a minute, if you don't mind. Rudy Giuliani is a national hero. He was the mayor of New York during 9/11. Today is the anniversary of 9/11. And to talk about Giuliani in derogatory terms, to me today, it's a tragedy. Rudy Giuliani led that great city through it's the worst disaster we've had in this country since Pearl Harbor. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, was the beginning of World War II, because it brought it home to the American people that we had a real situation on our hands, that if we didn't defend ourselves, that they could take over our country. After 9/11, we realized that we had a legitimate war on terrorism, war against terrorism on our hands. And Osama bin Laden was on TV yesterday, and again, talking and celebrating the 9/11 disaster that occurred in New York City. We have a war against terrorism. We've got to protect the homeland. Our elected officials, their job, their main job is to protect the homeland. Now, we are two political parties. There are other political parties. And if someone wants to start their own political party, it's a free country. And that's certainly something that can be done. We are the two major political parties. We compete with each other. We're here in an open forum. And we talk about the things that we think are important and the things that we stand for. I have great respect for Wayne Dowd. And I understand the Democrat Party is one of the great parties of this country. And the Republican Party is one of the great parties of this country. And we will continue to talk about the things that we stand for. We hope that that will appeal to you, that you will read, that you will listen to television, that you will understand that there's not a perfect person in this world that has ever walked in this world except the woman. And certainly that includes me. I put myself at the top of the list with a person with Peter Club. None of us are perfect, and we're all going to make mistakes. But one of the great things about this country, this democracy that we've had, is the greatest country that has ever been in existence on the face of the earth. More freedom for more people, more opportunity. Whether you come from a rich family or a poor family, you can make it with hard work, with a little luck, and with a good education.
May I respond to a very good question? You criticized my party validly
for our position or our failure to reverse the course of the Bush administration in Iraq. Now, I will tell you that if I had been in Congress in 2002, 2003, I would have voted against American involvement in Iraq. It flies in the face of the lessons of history. American soldiers, I don't care how well they are trained, how well-intentioned they are not going to be able to change the course of centuries and centuries of turmoil in Mesopotamia and the Middle East. Talking about bin Laden, he's not in Iraq. There's no proof that he's ever been in Iraq. Did you see the cartoon the other day of bin Laden with another Al-Qaeda operative in cartoon? And there was something indicating that they were where everybody knows they are, in Pakistan. And bin Laden says to the other guy, we're fighting them in Iraq so we won't have to fight them here. And I've said from the get-go that after all the American lives have been lost, after we've spent the trillions of dollars that have been spent in Iraq, who is going to gain the benefit from that? Iran. And why anybody can't see that in the Bush administration, I don't know. When I was in the Congress, President Reagan, a great president who was surrounded by smart people, we gave money to Saddam Hussein in Iraq because President Reagan told us to. Why? Because we feared Iran more. And if you go back and read the history of the 1980s, the Congress, Trent Locke was in Congress with me, we all voted to honor President Reagan's request to give Iraq money because we feared Iran and a Shiite government in Iran. So I see nothing that indicates that we are doing anything that's in our national best interest in Iraq. That's my personal opinion. However, I want you to remember that 51 of the 100 senators, 51 Democrats, 49 Republicans, and you've got to count math. And the reason Democrats have not been able to reverse the mistake in Iraq is what's in our Constitution. A presidential veto requires 2/3 vote to overturn that veto.
I want to allow questions on